Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Lego Dungeons and Dragons and the emergence of the narrative builder. All right, so we now live in the Lego Dungeons and Dragons world, where Lego and Dungeons and Dragons are fused together as one product. Right? Never again will either company be able to think about their product um, separate from the other product. Right? Like every product, every set that comes out, Dungeons and Dragons is going to be considered, and every Dungeons and Dragons D&D canon hardback that gets printed, those designers are going to be thinking about what does the Lego aspect of this Dungeons and Dragons hardback, what does it mean, right? Like, am I putting something in Dungeons and Dragons that's going to be easy to build in Lego? Is it going to be very hard to build in Lego? Are there pieces to represent this in Lego? Right? Like it fundamentally changes from both sides. So we've had the Master Builder for years. We've had the Master Builder for decades, right? But now we have the emergence of the narrative builder, in my humble opinion, right? So we, the community, with Lego and with Dungeons and Dragons, I'm hoping that together we can construct the narrative builder, right? The Lego Dungeons and Dragons narrative builder. Now, what is that? Well, first and foremost, in my humble opinion, you have to be a skilled dungeon master, right? You need 100 sessions under your belt, right? You need to know what you're doing as a dungeon master. In addition to that, you need to be a skilled Lego builder. You need to be able to build um, mocks, my own creations, right? You also need to be able to build um, all of the Dungeons and Dragons relevant themes, right? You need to be skilled at Lego Medieval. You need to be skilled at Lego Castle. You need to be skilled at Lego Harry Potter. You need to be skilled at Lego Lord of the Rings, right? And of course, you need to be skilled at Lego Dungeons and Dragons. You're not wrong. Like, that's 3 years, right? Do you know, like, have you built Revendell, right? Have you built Hogwarts, right? How are you going to build out epic sets for Dungeons and Dragons if you don't know what, the Black Ravens are? How are you going to build this out if you've never built how are you going to, build out Lego Dungeons and Dragons sets? Oh, I said sets as in like a set for a movie. Uh, Environments, if you've never built the medieval blacksmiths, and medieval blacksmiths set, right? That's it, and again, and you're like, whoa, Scott, that's a whole lot. Yes, and it's okay that it's a lot. It's okay that it's an immense, mountain to climb, because that's exactly what the Lego Master Builder was, right? It was There are very few of them in the world, right, that are acknowledged as Lego Master Builders, right? And so now, but what does it mean to be a Lego narrative builder, and why are we going down this road? I'm convinced that the massive amount of meticulous technical energy, focus, and time that has been invested in Lego will allow storytelling at a level we have never seen before. There are Dungeons and Dragons tales that can be told by a Dungeons and Dragons table. The Dungeon Master, the 5 Dragon Masters, the red, white, blue, the green, black, right? Each with their own player character. Um, that there are stories that have to be unearthed, right? And that these will have a depth and a power and a value higher than anything ever seen on Dungeons and Dragons. I'm convinced that the stories that can be told at the table with Lego Dungeons and Dragons are far more valuable than what was told with Dungeons and Dragons, right? And the reason why I'm super excited about this is the first 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons honored Gary Gygax's legacy with intangible, imaginative building, right? Now we're going to take those intangible, imaginative narratives and we're going to bring building to them, brick by brick, right? And I'm convinced that when we build the non-player characters, when we physically build the non-player characters, when we physically build our environments, right, that we will understand them better. And this will and as powerful as what happened on February 7th, 1974, when the first D20 rolled, honoring Gary, honoring what he built, right? April 1st, 2024 is the second 50 years. This is what unlocks and honors Gary for the next 5 decades. And I'm truly, truly convinced the stories we can tell with Lego Dungeons & Dragons are going to be more powerful, more transformative, and more valuable than anything that was possible to tell with simply Dungeons & Dragons. Theater of the Mind is dead. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.